review of my analysis, the analysis I've done for today, and some of the review is just like weekly review for some of the assets. If I can make a video tomorrow or next, if I see something new, I'll make a video, new analysis. Now, starting from dollar index at the top, I did this analysis this morning, not so long ago. So we have this range high, range low, and price is currently heading towards this. So this is like the draw on liquidity right now. This long term long term low draw on liquidity come on monthly time frame. There's nothing really new apart from if we get a close below here. If we get a close below here, then this target is sealed. We are likely to get here before we reverse to this current monthly high. So we are likely to get here first before we even come up above this current monthly candle. So that is that. That aside, coming to a weekly time frame, last week was very decisive, especially on Friday. On Monday there was a gap too. Not really a gap, but yeah, on Monday was very decisive, closing below this previous upper week Friday, closing below it. Then the next day was just continuous drop. It was only on Wednesday we had a little retracement, and that's that. So we have this area here, this change state of delivery weekly, and on daily, this is the change state of delivery area here. Then on Friday we have this extension, and then today this week open with a gap also. So I'm not looking at that. What I'm looking at is we are likely to touch here. We are likely to touch this area. Okay, I think this line is coming from monthly time frame. Let me just go back to monthly. It's coming from monthly time frame. Current interval. So back back to 4 hour back to 4 hour. Um so my suspicion is we are likely to get here, or even really deep into its value gap, then continuation towards this draw on quitting. So I've not seen enough for me to apply to implement a trade. So I'll still wait during the week. If I see my strategy, I will execute. On USD we have dropped over 100 pips on just this week. My weekly study, I was looking at this area, but before I woke up this morning, we already achieved this low. So my new expectation is this draw on liquidity here. I think that's from the 3 months fair value gap or monthly fair value gap. Let me see. Yeah, it's monthly fair value gap. So we are likely to come here. We are likely to come here like from external range liquidity to internal range liquidity. So that's my bias right there. And on weekly we have this breaker block, or what should I call it? Change state of delivery here. So basically we are there, which is very obvious. Even in light can see it. This inverse fair value gap, like point of interest for me. Also overlapping with this change delivery on daily time frame. So a lot to look out for. Just patience for price to unravel itself. On nothing much on Euro USD, same bias as dollar index. So we are bullish and this might draw on liquidity. Coming to 4 hour time frame, I'm looking at this favor gap. Maybe we'll come here. I'll monitor when price comes here, then continuation from there. So basically I touched on all the pairs on my watch list. With GBUSD, this is where I'm looking at here. Or if I see something new around here, I'll take advantage of it. And this area overlaps with this daily and weekly shades delivering other block candles. So we'll monitor this area and see what price has for us. On I don't analyze gold or silver. I just leave it there. Occasionally I come, I trade it because what there's nothing much to analyze in this chart. It's just bullish. Gaps. This is actually a gap. This area here is a gap on some CFD brokers. So straight to indices. What do I have on indices? From monthly time frame or start from weekly. From weekly time frame, we swept this low last week and we closed above it. This week we gapped down and we've already traded uh, traded into the gap. So just today, and this is my draw on US 500. That's imminent. Mm, so on 4 hour, let me see 4 hour. So this area is just this inverse fair value gap here. So if I should go on lower time frame like 1 hour 30 minutes, if I see what I like here or what my strategy says, I can take a trade towards this draw liquidity. US starting basically same thought process. This is this. So we have SMT here with the two other correlated assets. SMT here, my draw on liquidity because this weekly high and this weekly high are just equal there. So that's my draw on liquidity. On daily, we have this fair value gap. Price respecting it even on last week price action. And yeah, 4 hour, what I'm looking at on one is actually this what I'm looking at on 1 hour. So where is this line coming from? If it's not on, I think it's around here. If we get it close above this candle here, above the open here, I mean above the close, I mean to be a form of a type of CISD for me, then I will if we have kind of fair value gap here, then structure for me to trade and join the buy. Then US 100, that's Nasdaq. So on weekly, we have this range high, range low. This is also SMT with US 30 here. So this is basically my draw, of course. That's my draw. price gapped towards this other block. This is a whole other block for me. So price gapped into it on daily. It's a daily order block too. Price gapped into it, also a daily fair value gap here. Price gapped into it, now trading from its immediate rejection. On 1 hour, we are we have not successfully closed above the gap, so I'm still contemplating to see more price action. If we close above this level, solid bullish CISD, and this will be confirmed draw on liquidity. So that's just on BTC, Bitcoin. So basically on monthly time frame, we are reacting or dropping from this fair value gap, internal range liquidity to external range liquidity. So nearest drawn liquidity is at this low, which is 80k, and this is even a drawn liquidity too, but that's for another day to consider it. Range high, range low, change state of delivery somewhere around here. So my decision is this kind of should I call it a low of this candle. It's kind of a breaker, but some people will argue that it's not. Well, it looks like a breakout to me, especially on this time frame. A zone, breakout zone. So I just drew that out, and this a confirmed CISD, this level, and other block here, drew it out. So this candle's high can be swept since it's overlapping or aligning with this level here. So basically this can be a potential trade where another extreme scenario is when we sweep this high. Another extreme scenario that I'm still expecting is maybe we sweep, we come extremely here, then we sweep, we drop, or we come, we respect this other block, we trade lower. So there's no harm in managing risk and trading this first one. There's no harm in that. Since it meets my criteria, there's no harm, honestly, in trading that. On 4 hour, we don't really have much to look onto. Though this we could trade this, but it's still in discounts. Let's come into premium more to this area of equilibrium. So yeah, on Solana, there's nothing much on Solana. Just that we wait for price, it's just like BTC too. Wait for price to show its hand somewhere around here and give us this day our daily bread like this. Okay, so these are just my bias and outlook for the week. Bias and outlook for the next coming days.